What is up, blade fans? This old sword back with you for yet another review of yet another tops knife made in the good old US of A. This is the Cut 4.0, excuse me, a Joshua Swanagon design. Little background. Having a martial arts background, Joshua Swanagon has done some training with Karambit and is a fan of ring knife styles and their prowess in combative applications. However, also being an avid outdoorsman, he has found them to be less than ideal as field utility blades. So he set out to make a knife that would combine those disciplines and decided to call it the Cut 4.0 Combat Utility Tool. There's a long explanation that goes on, a very nice one, on the Tops website. But let's jump to the specs. We have a fixed blade knife, 8.5 inches overall, 4.25 inch blade length, 4-inch cutting edge, 0.19 blade thickness, 1095 tool steel, Rockwell 56 to 58. The blade finish is a black traction coating, as we see on many of the Tops knives. Handle material is tan canvas micarta, and the handle style is called a dragonfly tread. It's 6.3 ounces. The weight with the sheath is 9 ounces. And yes, the sheath is included. It's a black Kydex sheath. And the sheath clip has no clip, it's a belt loop. So there you have the specs on this interesting field knife called Cut 4.0. And we know that because, yeah, we got a good billboard going there. We got the maker's name. We've got the name of the knife. We've got Tops. We've got his Swanagon's logo. We've got a model number, I believe, X6038. Excuse me, frog in my throat today. And made in the USA, which I believe is endearing to many of us, that such a fine implement is made in the U.S. and not imported. There is your interesting brown micarta, really nice kind of a texture to it. And there's the dragonfly tread, very interesting as well. Held on by some, I believe, hex screws. The ring is got a fairly significant shoulder on there. We've got a red liner next to the micarta handles. Pretty thick blade stock. Very effective jimping. Your thumb is not going anywhere. This knife can be held, back out a little, 3 fingers, and close the pinky on the loop, or it can go into the loop. It's most hand-filling and comfortable with the pinky in the loop. And one might say that it makes it fairly drop-proof if you're working with it in the field. Cutting, skinning, camp chores, what have you. If we go point down Karambit style, and we need to back out even a little more. We have a very nice right angle hold, which I've said in the past with the poker, for instance, that I like the orientation of the ring when the ring is set forward or downward off the axis of the handle. It allows a proper Karambit hold without having the blade back here. So the blade is in a jabby, if you will, position. Again, it can be held this way. And you have sort of a fencer's grip here, saber grip. The edge comes through pretty keen, shaving sharp, but not particularly aggressive, but I do feel it has a little bit of bite. We'll do a quick comparison alongside another fixed blade. Here we have the Kaiser Harpoon. Let's get you in a little closer there. Pretty close. Obviously the Cut 4.0 has a 4-inch blade, and we've got about a 3.5-inch blade on the Kaiser. This Kaiser Harpoon is a design by Maverick Customs. I should know that. I did a partial review on this along with some other fixed blade knives. But mainly here we're looking at size comparison. My recent daily carry, the Amalgam, believe it or not, larger than both of them, longer. Of course, you've got a lot more stability and strength with a fixed blade knife. Interesting thing is, both of these knives will carry nicely in the front pocket, believe it or not. So here we have the Kydex Sheath for the Cut 4.0. It has a belt loop that, when it came to me, was riding up and down. I have adapted it without a lot of trouble to a inside the pants carry with the strap over the belt. And it's a one-way snap. Which I can't get back on. Not in front of the camera anyway. We'll do that later. In and out of the sheath is easy. They give you a nice push-off right there on the Kydex Sheath. No problem whatsoever carrying it in the pocket and popping it off if that's what you'd like to do. Not sure what else we can say about it. It is an interesting and versatile utility knife with nice thick spine, nice thick blade, but not overly thick. Up in the 1/4-inch territory, as we have with some of the Tops knives, which I don't particularly care for. I think a lot of that's done just to impress and not really for any practical use. So here with the .19 blade stock, that's a pretty good stock for this kind of knife. You're not going to break it. And it's going to hold up very well to just about any chores. We have, I need to back out again to catch focus here. Have a pretty thick blade. Tapers to a nice point, but not overly fragile by any means. So the Cut 4.0 by Tops Knives, Joshua Swanagon design. If you like this review, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. This Old Sword, signing off.